This video is sponsored by Pubg Merch. If you're looking for high-quality Pubg fan merchandise, then check out the Pubg Merch store. They have a wide selection of t-shirts, hoodies, and other awesome accessories like this very cool AWM keychain. Viewers of mine can receive 10% off all their orders if they enter the promo code MOSES at checkout. And if you tweet me at wtfmoses with something from the Pubg Merch store, you'll be entered to win a free copy of Playerunknowns Battlegrounds. Now, on to the patch notes. Hey y'all, Moses here. In typical Pubg dev fashion, we have received the patch notes for next week's update a little bit earlier than expected and randomly on a Monday night. So let's dive right in. I'm going to be covering off as much as I can. I don't want to go into too deep a detail. I'll probably save that for a video tomorrow when I do a deep dive on some of the features when they are released on the test server. But for now, I just want to go over some of the updates that the devs provided. Vaulting is on the way. However, the algorithm is quite complex, as they say, and requires rigorous testing and fine-tuning of the map. This is something we talked about in the top 5 upcoming features video. Testing it only for a couple of days before deployment to the live servers won't be enough, so they'll be looking to test it over a longer period of time in early November. So we do have a timeline for vaulting, even though it's not in this patch. Idle players earning battle points will no longer have that option. Apparently, they've implemented rules that will not allow players to idle and earn points. So they're going to be monitoring this and improving the system going forward. In addition, they were talking about recently adding first-person servers to Oceanic for Duo. For Solo and Squad, they will continue to monitor the player data in the region and determine when they can add the game modes. Similar to other areas in the world who are still without first-person game modes, they're hoping to have this all the way done by the end of Q4 2017. But they're basically on the roadmap. So again, I'm kind of breezing through this stuff. But let's jump into the actual changes. Client optimization. First out of the gate, they've optimized shadows and improved performance on low-end PCs by optimizing buildings. Optimize the client server performance when there are multiple vehicles in a close vicinity, and optimize the UI. Now, one of the big changes they announced was the addition of foggy weather. Foggy weather will hinder player sight on the map. This weather effect has a low probability to occur. So I imagine maybe around the same probability as rain, maybe a little bit less, I'm not sure. In order to test the weather effect, the foggy weather will have a slightly higher chance to occur during test server gameplay, but will be reduced for live. They've also enhanced the graphics of the skyline and existing weather effects, and added a new town east of Stalber. So the Stalber area will have a little bit more variety for movement, and that will be, again, east of Stalber in the north end of the map. The UI has seen some changes as well. Added a new option to change your crosshair color. That's a big one. That way there's no need to have colorblind options just to change your crosshair color. So that'll be a big one. Added the new double tap feature for leaning. So you don't have to have a toggle. You can double tap to lean, which is also a big ask from players. And they've added a new option to improve the visual effect of going from free look back to the character's line of sight. That's most likely in relation to first person. But that might also have some effects on first person as well. So added some new keybinds when using consumables. Your teammates' names are now representative of their current posture, either standing, crouching, or prone. And they've added a new keybind to mark your current position on the map. So that's a big one as well. They've also added a new keybind to center the map around the character's current position. Also, very nice quality of life change. Added a new keybind to use the consumables in order of medkit, first aid kit, and bandage. So that's basically a push in case of, oh my god, I'm about to die. So, for me, I'm always getting told, oh, you should use binds for this and that. Having a medkit or first aid key is going to be really nice. They've also added a new feature to reset the zero distance using the mouse wheel click. So basically mouse 3 click will reset your zero distance. Another nice quality of life change. Appreciate it. They've also adjusted the position of the report window, so hopefully it'll be less prominent in its current spot. So on to the new content. They added the MINI-14, and I'm going to gloat here as I get into the specifics. The MINI-14 is a lightweight and compact 5.56 semi-automatic marksman rifle. The weapon uses sniper rifle attachments for both the muzzle and magazine slots and can take any type of optic sight. This weapon has lower damage stats than the other DMRs, which is compensated by very high muzzle velocity and low bullet drop. Oh, it's tough being right all the time. Gameplay. Distance at which shadows are rendered are now synchronized across all graphic settings to ensure fair play. So I'm not sure what that means from the low to the high settings, but I'll be playing around with that. Characters who are knocked out while underwater will now have a breath gauge as well as take additional damage over time, hence the drowning while dying underwater. Adjusted the balance of several weapons. The crossbow reload speed has been increased by 35% for all you crossbow users. The Tommy gun has been removed from care packages and has become a world spawn. It now supports attachments such as the silencer, vertical foregrip, and additional magazines, so the extended mag, etc. Horizontal recoil scale has been clamped for greater consistency for weapons with high horizontal recoils. I'm not sure which weapon. I think that's speaking to the Vector. Oh my god, is the Vector coming back? Oh, dang it. You may now holster grenades. Okay, that one's boring. The firing mode of weapons will now remain consistent with the firing mode that was selected after dropping a weapon and picking it back up again. Okay, I would kind of like to see SMGs be permanent auto mode, but I guess we have to keep pressing your fire mode selector. No big deal. Adjusted the collision damage for motorcycles. Okay, not sure what that means, but maybe it'll be more deadly to drive motorcycles or less. I guess we'll see. Recoil animations have been updated for all weapons. Adjusted animations and a balance of throwables. So these are the grenade changes that I talked about in the upcoming changes. Decrease the fuse time of the flash grenade to 2.5 seconds, so the flashbang will be going off a little bit faster. Increase the lethal and injury ranges for the frag grenade, and improve the animation for throwing grenades to allow for increased speeds and more accurate trajectories. But they have decreased visual trajectory distance for throwables. So a little bit of a balance change there, so interesting to see how that'll play out. Cooking of grenades is now manual. The default key is set to R. You may now toggle the throwing mode between overhead and roll. So before throwing, I think is what they mean there. And the movement speed of a character affects their trajectory of throwables. Interesting. All good changes. I'm interested to see how the grenades play now. Improve the leaning animation, leaning on the left side to expose less of the body. That's not very clear, but fair enough. Sprinting will no longer prevent regeneration of breath gauge and will now stop leaning state automatically. Thank God. That is such a good change. Such a good change. The cancel of the lean state is wicked. You may now change your stance while reloading without canceling the reload. Also nice. Added new sounds when using consumables. Adjusted the audible ranges of reloading and window breaking. Interesting. That might have some implications for house campers. Added a new sound for collisions between vehicles and characters, and added a new sound for the animation of removing the grenade safety pin. Interesting. This is the bug fixes section. Characters that fall or glitch underneath the map will now be reset to the ground automatically. Fixed a bug where FOV sliders value will be improperly set inside of vehicles in first-person mode, regardless of FOV slider setting. Hopefully that means less creepy in the skull view modes. And they fixed a bug resulting in clients freezing when changing controls in the options. Let me just breeze through here. Correction to the descriptions of certain weapon attachments. Fixed the animation bug of other characters after reconnecting to a game. Fixed several bugs related to the spectator mode. That'll be nice. Hopefully that means smoother spectating. And fixed a bug of the breath gauge appearing at 0 at the start of the game. Reloading will now cancel if a character loots an item with right click. Fixed a bug with the honking sound remaining persistent when opening the map or performing other actions while honking. Let's not go down that road. And you may no longer set different features. Oh no, you may no longer set different features on a single key bind in the options. RIP crouch jump bind 2017 to 2017. We knew you too little. I guess I'll have to start going back to pressing 2 buttons at once. This is a sad day. Fixed a graphic bug of the magazine position on the weapon in the inventory screen when switching to a different weapon. Now, to be fair, just to clarify, crouch jumping is still a thing. You just can't do it in the options anymore. So it's back to being a skill bind, not an easy bind like I mentioned in one of my previous videos. Other stuff, obviously the leaderboards have been added to first-person perspective for all regions with first-person perspective. And that's it. That's the game. That's all the things. So we got a new gun, we've got first-person leaderboards and some bug fixes, but ultimately this looks like a low and slow patch with a lot of quality of life changes, a lot of welcome changes. I think my big ones are definitely the grenade changes, and I guess the lean state cancel. I mean, that's just one that I'm excited about right now. But the Tommy gun, that'll be interesting. I want to know if the Mini-14 is any good. Lots to go over and test out. So the test server is probably going live tomorrow. Did it say here? Let's see. The test server will be available for download on Tuesday evening, Tuesday morning, Eastern time, and early Tuesday morning. So tomorrow. The tomorrow first thing, the test server is going to be live, so we'll find out really soon. So that's it for the patch notes video. I'm sure I've talked way too long. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of these changes. The link to these are in the description, and of course, like the video and check us out on Twitch at twitch.tv/wtfmoses, and check out the PUBG merch store. Thank you for them. Thank you to them for sponsoring this video as well. That's it. I'll see you on the test server tomorrow, and until next time, I'll see you out there.